All right, prep time starting now. Let Me Dance to the Drums You Gave Me by Kofi Awanor, a Ghanaian poet. When first hearing this quote, I believe that it means, let me make a mark on my own. Now, to further explain this statement, I will go into stating my first point. You have to be free to express yourself. Now, my first example of this would be helicopter parents. Now, they do mean well. They wish for their child to succeed, but they do coddle them. They do every single action for them, whether it's doing their laundry, doing the dishes. They're doing so much that oftentimes they don't gain any valuable life skills from them. It's constricting them on the inside, not allowing them to grow, leaving many of these kids, adolescents, sometimes even college students, to be able, it's stopping them from becoming full functioning adults because they've had everything done for them in their entire life. How can they be expected to grow and express themselves, to be full adults in human society? They can't do anything for themselves. Now, side note from this, another example of why you have to be free to express yourself is the Jackson 5, or specifically Michael Jackson. Now, his name does have a lot of controversy, but one thing he is known for is the fact that his parents had physically and emotionally abused him during his time as a child star. They controlled every action that he did. They controlled his money. If he didn't perform to the standard that he was supposed to, he was beaten. He was treated sometimes inhumanely. But upon leaving his father's shadow, upon going solo and creating his own career, he became known as one of the most famous pop artists on this earth. We know his works of Thriller. We know his works of Billie Jean. Even my generation knows his works, as does my younger siblings. Why? He was free to express himself. He was free from what was hindering him. He was dancing to his own drum. And because of that, well, he became extremely famous. Became a pop star, became an icon. Yes, he still had his issues. Everyone does. But he was slightly free. Now, going into my second point of let me be danced to the drums you gave me, meaning let me make a mark of my own. going into means, the second part of that is, if you're not free, you'll often be held back. Now, drawing on to my previous point of helicopter parents stifling their own children, I will talk to it impacting them in their later college years. Now, when your parents have done everything for you and you've not had the chance to grow as an adult, you often get held back. The amount of students who have to drop out because they've never been by themselves before, don't know how to cook, don't know how to clean, don't know how to force themselves to do their work, force themselves to attend class. They have to lose out on an education that could help them go into the field they want to be in. The amount of students who drop out because I've never studied before. I've never had anyone force me to do anything before. It was my parents who always made me do my homework. It was my parents who forced me to do these things. Now that I'm here by myself, I'm not going to force myself to do something if no one has let me figure out how to do it on my own. If someone's always pushing you to do something that you've never had any drive for, that you've never been hardwired to have any drive for, how can you be expected to flourish on your own? You see, you can't make your own mark if you're not able to grow as an individual before getting there. You can't make your own mark if you didn't have the drums in the first place. These students, these children of helicopter parents, although it's not every child, it is in some cases. As they grow up, they don't know how to take care of themselves. How can they dance to the drum that was given to them? They didn't have a drum in the first place. So, the quote, "Let me dance to the drums you gave me," by Kofi Awanor, means, let me make my own mark on the world. Let me be free to express myself. Because if you're not free, you'll often be held back. And how can you dance to your own drum? You don't even have a drum in the first place. Thank you.